Brother Nashi, how are you? Please post my story as anonymous. I am even scared to share with you my confession, but I am looking for any kind of help, and you never know where the help that you need is going to come from. To tell you that I am desperate, maybe it will be an understatement. I need help. I am praying every day for my periods to return back to me. I am even shaking as I am writing this to you because I don't even know you. I don't know if you are a Satanist or if you are legit. My name, you call me Nomsam. I am 22 years old. Originally, I do come from Mpumalanga. So when I got accepted to study in Johannesburg, my parents, they were so proud of me. Before I had left the village, there was like a party that my parents held for me, and the pastor was not happy about it. It was only after the party that was when I heard that the pastor had told my mother not to have that party because you never know who loves you and who does not love you. So my mother, because she was excited, and my mother as someone who has been working in the farms all of her life, and she just wanted to show everyone that finally her daughter is going to go to university. Even when I passed matric, my mom, she was surprised because I was not that bright in high school, and I started to study quite hard the moment that we got into grade 12 because I knew that education is the one that is going to help me not to get a regular job. I wanted to study so that I can have a good job and start taking care of my mother and my siblings. So when the results came out, my mother then spoke with the pastor, and the pastor prayed for me. But the pastor then went to my mother and she told my mom that she had seen a vision in which I was going to be bewitched by someone from the village. But my mother, she did not want to believe that. She was so excited and she threw a party for me because I had been accepted at university here in Joburg. My mom, she was super proud, and she did not know that by celebrating in front of everyone, some of her enemies will end up bewitching me. I was happy because the family saw me as the one who was going to break the cycle of poverty in our family. I moved into a student residence here in Soweto. At first, I was focused, but because of the witchcraft that was being sent from home, there were things that started to happen. I would feel lazy. I would take my books. I used to be someone that loved to read throughout the night. When I was still in Mpumalanga, I had the habit of sleeping from around 5 p.m. until around 11 p.m. so that I can wake up. And once I wake up, I will stay awake until 3 a.m., then sleep, and maybe would wake up around 8 a.m. That is what I used to do when I was still back home, and that is what helped me when I was studying for my matric. But when I was now staying in Soweto, the first couple of days, I was able to follow my timetable the way that I used to do it when I was still back home. But all of a sudden, I would just feel lazy after waking up, and then I will stop even reading and stop doing anything. And I started being friends with some other girls, and whenever I would be bored, I would be with them. They started to teach me about different social media platforms where you could easily get men that you would date, and the skill that you needed to have in order for those men to come to your inbox, because they will know that you are up for hookups. And I knew that per week, if I could do 3 to 4 hookups, I will cash in about 1,000 rands, because I would go for a hookup and be with a guy maybe for 2 hours. Then that guy, he gives me 200-300 rand, and then the next guy, if I can do it 4 times each and every week, I will be able to have money. Then come weekend, me and my friends, we would go drink alcohol and we would enjoy. The moment that I started to associate with these girls, that was when I started to see girls of my own age enjoying life, being picked up by beautiful cars, some of them that I could only see on TV and on the road. I then met this other girl. She was staying as well in another neighborhood, but not in Soweto. She was like, you are so beautiful. You don't need to be dating these cheap guys from Soweto. You need to be dating rich Nigerians. She told me that she was dating Nigerians that could pay her about 5K per night, and that man would have bought a lot of alcohol for you. And she told me that she had this other guy who was like a manager. And when she spoke of a manager, I thought that it was something that was legit, because once you hear someone saying that I have a manager who manages me, and this man, he tells you which club you're supposed to go to, it's like a glorified pimp for real. And then I went and I saw this guy whom I'll just call Solim, and we spoke, and he told me that okay, it's fine. First, I was supposed to sleep with him, and I said, "Hey man, I'm supposed to sleep with you. Why?" And then he just said, "No, you have to sleep with me. If you want me to help you, you have to sleep with me." And I had to spend a couple of days at his house. I then spoke with my friend, and she was like, "Yeah, if you want to be managed by him, he needs to see how skillful you are in bed." And I was like, "Oh, okay, so this is what is going on. This is going to be like prostitution." She was like, "Yeah, you can take it the way that you want, but as for me, I don't take it as if it is prostitution." So then I went and I stayed with Solim, and he said that my bed skills, they were okay, and he was going to start marketing me. He then started marketing me to his friends, South African and Nigerian alike, and he promised me that since I was with him, the days of me suffering, staying in a location like Soweto, it was going to be over, and I was never going to be a poor student. Even if I wanted to stop studying, he could make me work for him for the rest of my life, and I will have a better salary than most people that would have graduated. I did not know that this guy, he was someone that will just say whatever that he had to say in order for you to listen to him. So, Brother Nashi, there was this other night when I spent the night with a guy who had paid solely already, but I did not know that this guy, he had paid solely so that I can spend 3 days at his house, because I did not enjoy being with the same guy for a couple of days, because some of them, they'll start to be abusive. Some of them, they'll start by being nice, but as the days goes by, they'll start to do some things that are not nice to you. So when I heard that I was going to be spending 3 days with this guy that I had met at a club where I had been told by Soli to go to, I even protested and I said that I do not want to go with this guy because he was much older than I was. And I was told that he had already paid. So, Brother Nashi, I went there. We stayed at his house in Midrand. This house, it was big, and he told me that he stays alone. He told me that all that I had to do was to relax, eat what I want. I was not supposed to clean or do anything. There was a maid that would come and clean. All that I had to do was to please him in the bedroom, and he was going to give me money on top. He told me that he had already given Soli some money, and he refused to tell me how much he had given to Soli, but he said that he was going to give me 6K on top of the money that he had already given to my manager. Brother Nashi, I took some of this money and I sent it to my mother immediately, and I lied to her that I had managed to get a casual job at a restaurant in Joburg. And my mother, she was so happy. She was like, "My daughter, you are very mature. You know that your mom is suffering. That is why you have managed to get a casual job." And my mom does not even know that this was what I was doing. The casual job that I was doing, it was all about me opening up my legs. That night, the first night, I could not sleep, Brother Hashim. I felt as if there was someone, but this person that I felt as if was in our bedroom when I was with that man, it was as if it was a woman. Have you ever had that feeling? You are fast asleep and you just wake up and you don't see anything. but your mind is telling you that in front of you there is someone that is standing there watching you. That is exactly how I was feeling at that time. I just felt that there was someone that I could not see, and this person was in the room with us, and it seemed as if it was a woman that was in there. This woman had been murdered in that room. That is the feeling that I was having at that time. So I even told him that I felt as if there was someone that was with us in the bedroom. He laughed and he said, "It is not possible that there is someone that is with us in the bedroom. How can you say that we have someone with us in the bedroom?" So from the moment that I told him that I felt as if there was someone with us, he started to avoid me. He would be on the phone for a very long period of time. If I would try to go and please him, because I did not want him to complain to my manager, and I was afraid that I won't be getting any work, because that is what my manager used to do. If any guy complains that you were not active in bed, then he will drop you even for a month until you say that you are sorry. So this guy, he started avoiding me, and he would always be in his office. I would go there trying to seduce him, and he'll be like, "No, I am okay. I'll come to bed." And that was the scary stuff about it, because on the second day, I was now sleeping alone. He would come, he would sleep with me, and he would return back to the office. So he was sleeping in the office whilst I was sleeping in the bedroom alone, yet I was the guest. And when I was alone, that was when I started to have terrible nightmares. I would see some people that would walk into the bedroom, and I would feel as if those people, they were operating on me, trying to remove my womb. When I would wake up, I would scream so loud, and he would run to the bedroom and ask me what was wrong. And I would tell him that I had such a terrible nightmare, and he'll be like, "It is only in your dreams. That thing, it is not even possible that you can have a dream of someone removing your womb. Do you think that your womb can be removed in your dream?" Like, whenever he would speak with me, he would make sure that he would dismiss whatever that I would be telling him, and he would be like, "No, those things, they don't exist." Because I had been asking him how he had bought the house, were the owners of the house still alive, or someone had died in the house, and he would be like, "You are thinking of things that only happen in the movies." On the second night, when I was alone, when I had that terrible dream, I then returned back to bed, and he told me that he still had other phone calls that he wanted to make. I woke up again because I had a dream. It was not scary as such, but it was a nightmare, because I found myself, I was trying to cross a river. When I was walking towards the river, it was clear. The water was really clear. But when I got closer and closer, that was when I discovered that the water, it had turned to blood. And I heard someone saying that, "Wow, your blood has finally filled up this river." And then I just woke up. I spent 3 days with this blesser in Midrand, and then I went to Soli. He gave me the other part of my money. Then I was supposed to go on my periods the following week. I had the pre-symptoms, but after having those symptoms that I was always having, I did not see any periods. I went to the bathroom several times because I would feel that there is something that is coming out. Since I had not been on my period for a couple of days, and I felt that there was something that wanted to come out, I would regularly check to see if there was any blood. So I thought that I was pregnant, because me and this guy, we only used protection only once on the first night. But even on the first night, we only used it once. Then the rest, it was just history. We did not use any protection at all. So I was like, am I pregnant? But is it even possible that I slept with a guy this month, then you are pregnant and you start to have symptoms in that very same month? It was impossible. So I was confused. Brother Nashim, I have not been on my period ever since. 1 week passed, 2 weeks, a month, my period has not come. I thought that maybe I am changing my cycle, waited and nothing happened. I went to a clinic, but nothing changed. Negative, still nothing. I even went to a private thinking that maybe the public nurses, they are not taking the real test for pregnancy, did blood test, but nothing. So I'm not even pregnant, but one doctor told me that it's like my hormone levels are that of a woman who has gone through menopause. Yet I am 22. It's like my reproductive system is no longer working. That is what I was told by one doctor when I went to her and I explained my situation to her. It has been a couple of months right now. I have not seen any single drop of blood. I don't know what is going to happen to me, Brother Nashi. I'm still going out on these dates, but I hope that it is going to come back because I want to get married eventually. I am pleading with you, Bro Nash. I want a ZCC prophet, anyone who is going to read my confession. If you are a ZCC prophet, if you are based in Mpumalanga, please get in touch with Bro Nash so that when I am home, I can come to your place if you are able to do anything so that I can go back on my period. I am begging for a miracle. As for now, I'm still doing this. I once went to a healer in Deep Kloof, but nothing really happened. That lady just charged me money and she did not do anything that I saw. It did not work. She was like, your period is going to come back. You need to buy a lot of sanitary pads because you're going to be on your periods like you have never been on your periods before. So you need to buy a lot of them, but nothing happened. I did not see anything. So I'm just here, Brother Nashi. I am asking for help. If there is anyone who goes to a ZCC church, I am begging you, please assist me. I'll be there in the comment section. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Let us try to speak with our dear sister in the comment section. Strange things indeed. They do happen in this world. And she is still going on those periods. To this day, she is still going on the periods. Can you imagine? Let us meet again in the following episode. Yo.